I'm Andrew Vinochko, Managing Director of Callala. I set up the organisation with a view to helping organisations, technology companies specifically, really get to grips with their product offering in the way in which it can start to solve the decarbonisation questions that we have in our industries today, and also look at climate adaptation and resilience and the way in which organisations need to better respond to the challenges that we're going to see into the future. Technology organisations typically find themselves creating products because they can. Sometimes less about what the market is looking for. And whilst I suppose there's a strong conceptual link in many cases between what a company is aiming to achieve with technology and what the users require, there's sometimes a slight disconnect. As we work with our technology partners, we really aim to push organisations who need to make systemic changes to their operational processes. Maybe they're carbon thirsty processes, or maybe they just simply don't consider climate risk in the way that they need to. As these technology providers create their products, we need to really understand precisely where in that market landscape those elements can be inserted. There are legislative requirements that sometimes make it difficult to shift from current day process. In other cases, it's more of an industry standard and feeling around resistance to change and appetite for risk. In those contexts, we try and work with organisations from the very earliest stages to make sure there's a really good mapping between what they're creating, the minimum viable product, and really the likelihood of that reaching the market and landing into the market in where it needs to be. I suppose with Callala specifically, I took the plunge in 2021, and I really, in some quiet time, took some opportunity to really test where it was the market was going and look at my skills in relation to that. And I've managed to find a useful niche, I believe, in the kinds of work that I do and that Callala aims to achieve more broadly. I've conducted my career, I suppose, in a way that aims to give something to people without any expectation of return. Just being nice is important. And so I do. I find that I find it incredibly important that if I can make some quick connections with people that I know that arrive at some mutual benefit that gives me no benefit, commercial benefit or kudos benefit even, just is a nice and generous thing to do. And now I've amassed a large network, and these are good connections that I've got in my network. There are lots of generous and kind people within that, and I've found that generosity since starting Callala. The information was initially provided to me via a colleague who pointed me towards Southend-on-Sea City Council website with a view to just really speculative, is this an interesting area to support what you're trying to undertake? The South East LEP videos, group interactions and personal support has been excellent, really in helping me identify where there are areas of vulnerability and weakness and start to address those. It's actually been very, very good. Yeah, I've worked with Tony, and it's been really, really strong. So he's really made a point of trying to understand precisely where I'm coming from, where my market is, and I shared with him my business plan. I wanted the most comprehensive and impactful guidance in relation to precisely where my thinking was. And Tony challenged me in a good number of areas, and I think in each case I took his advice and to run forward with. I think it was each element was highly valuable. We have indeed applied for the grant, and we've been successful in that. We decided upon creating some explainer videos, really with a view to simplifying what the offering looks like. And so I hope that it's going to both create more leads for the organisation and reduce the sales cycle, but also will demonstrate the level of competence that the organisation has in delivering its ambitions. In terms of the application process, I think it's really good that we were able to bring together the two elements, the core elements that we need in business, and also write a specific piece on what it was that we were going to be undertaking with the grant itself. The process is relatively lightweight and straightforward, and the approval process came through quite quickly, more quickly than I'd anticipated. There are three types of support that the program provides. The online content is there, it's pre-recorded, it's useful for every business owner in different degrees. In terms of the group sessions, there were some key elements that came out of those sessions that I was listening to that inspired me at that time, whilst listening to the sessions, to begin to scope out what my brand might look like and the way in which I should create a brief for the agency that ended up doing my branding. I'm really pleased with the Callala branding, and it's a direct result of the group sessions that we had in the program. And the third is the individual person-to-person contact with the advisor. Tony was excellent at reaching in and understanding what I was trying to achieve, what that was going to look like into the future from a pure numbers game, and provide intelligent, supportive and very positive advice.